Hello, good morning guys. Good morning my sisters. Sorry, I'm so used to it because of my channel. So today I'll be teaching you how to apply foundation, doing foundation powder before your eyebrow. This technique is very easy, and but you have to be very careful so you don't spoil your makeup. So now I'm just putting foundation on her face, and I'm using a brush first to apply it because I want her to have a full coverage. So I'm using a brush to apply the foundation all over her face. So when I take the brush all over her face, when I'm done with that, I would use a blending sponge. Some people call it beauty blender. I call it a blending sponge. Use it to blend the makeup on her face. After blending it, I would have to highlight her face with a lighter shade of foundation. Sorry, I think we skipped the blending process, but it's just basically using the beauty blender to blend the foundation into the face. So after that, the next thing I'll do is to highlight, which I just did. I highlighted using like 2 shades brighter than her normal shade, and you can see I'm blending it into her face, the highlight. So that's basically highlight. I don't do much contouring. I just feel when I highlight, the face looks contoured already when I highlight, because when you add more light to the places you have to add light, the other places become dark naturally. So that's how I do it basically. So but I'll just have to highlight the nose a little, because you know Nigerians now, our nose is not very pointed, so I'll just highlight the nose a little and blend it very well with my beauty blender. So now I'm just putting my powder on the face, as in I'm just using a bright powder on the face. I like putting my powder before setting. So I'll put the powder first, the highlight, as in like, will I say the highlighting powder? No, just a light powder. Yes, I'll put a light powder on her face. Then before I put my setting powder for it to bake. So baking is just like adding more color to what's already there, or making what is already there to be more solid and concrete, something like that. That's what baking is basically all about. So I'm just using a slightly brown powder to rub on the contoured area. And the product I used for her powder, I used the MILANI powder. For setting, I used the Sasha Buttercup to set her face. That is a setting powder, a loose setting powder. So now I'll be going over to my eyebrow. So you can see I'm still using that same Marlboro eye pencil for the eyebrow. So I'm outlining the eyebrow. You just go straight, and when you get to the arc, you put your arc. And the thing is, the trick about this eyebrow is the body should be longer than the tail. The tail should not be the same size with the body. The tail of the eyebrow, it's that tiny little tail that comes out at the end. It shouldn't be too long, that is longer than the body, that's the rest part, or longer than, or same size with, or same length with the body. it should be shorter. So one thing I like about this procedure is what I like about this procedure is that you may not need to conceal the top part of her eyebrow. There may not be need for that. I can just sharpen it with my eyebrow gel to make it look more defined. Eyebrow gel, I use Heka and Esther eyebrow gel for that. So I just clean up the under with a concealer. That's what I do basically. So now for eyeshadow, I'm not using a primer. I'm just using my Elegant Pro Concealer as a primer. For those of you that can't afford buying a primer, it works very well as well. But if you can buy a primer, it's okay too as well. So I'm just using my Elegant Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. It's a light shade. I'm using it for as my eyeshadow primer. So now I'm going into a transitioning. It's just like adding brown colors to. So now I will just be putting a brown eyeshadow at the outer corner of her eyelid. So this is the outer corner of her eyelid. I'll just pack a brown eyeshadow, and mostly it should be matte eyeshadow. It's better to put matte for your transitioning. That thing I just did is called transitioning. So I put my matte brown eyeshadow. Any brown matte eyeshadow can do this for you. So I'm placing the shimmery eyeshadow. Shimmery eyeshadow is the shiny eyeshadow. That's the one everybody knows basically. It's shiny and it's let's say it looks glossy. No, let me not say glossy. It's just your normal shiny eyeshadow. I'm just putting it now on the eyelid, but I wouldn't put it on top the part I transitioned, but I'll just put it close and make sure I blend properly. So blending is the game. I put it with my hand, but I blended it with my brush. So now I'm just putting another gold shade just at the inner corner of the eye, just to make it look more beautiful. The first one color I used was a bronze color, while this one is a very sharp gold color. So that's how to apply your eyeshadow. Like, this eyeshadow did not even take me up to 2 minutes to do. You can just see how I just applied it. It didn't take time. It's very easy, very easy application. So after that, I went on to remove the excess setting powder on the face. I baked earlier on, so now I'm putting an orange blush to her face, just to warm her face up a little. Then I'm using a setting spray to spray on the face to make sure the makeup is in place. So I'll be fixing her lashes now. For fixing lashes, I use this normal bond. They call it it's a top bond. No, sorry, not top bond. I've forgotten. This normal bond they used to make hair. That's what I use for my lashes. That's what I used to fix my lashes. So that's just it. I just put the bond at the lashes and I put it at her lash line. Her lash line, it's just where her eyelashes, the hair grows on top. I just place it there. That's how to fix your lashes. So guys, I did some other things off camera because I didn't have enough battery, but I'll just tell you so that you'd practice it and tell me how it went. I put cat eyes on her eyes, like with my liquid liner, but if you want a detailed tutorial on that, you can tell me on the chat down below. Then I put mascara under her lashes. That's the hair that grows, her bottom lash, sorry, her bottom lash. Okay, her bottom lash, I put mascara there so that it will look as if she fixed lashes on her bottom lash. So now I'm going into putting my bronzer. I just put a little at the forehead to give you that glow that everybody likes, glow. So I just put a little, don't put too much. And there are some bronzers that don't blend very well to the skin, so when buying a bronzer, you test it to know whether it's very smooth, because if it's not very smooth, you'll be seeing line instead of seeing glow. You'll just be seeing things that look as if they are drawing things on the face. It wouldn't blend at all. So this is just all I did. For the lips, I just put gloss and outlined it. I did not do anything special but for the lip, but I'm going to drop a tutorial on how to do all that for you. So basically this is it. You can see it's very easy. So you can try this. You can send me pictures, let me see and comment and tell you if you did it very well, and tell you where you need to improve. Thank you so much for supporting me. I love you guys so much. Thank you. I'll catch you in my next tutorial.